What's the real difference between Codex, Claude Code, and Hermes? And after using them for quite a while, why do I personally recommend beginners start with Hermes? In this video, let's compare these three AI agents, Codex, Claude Code, and Hermes. At their core, all three of them are desktop AI agents. They can read and write your files, and in some cases, they can even control your computer to complete different tasks. But there are still some important differences between them. First, let's talk about open source. Hermes is fully open source, while Codex and Claude Code are closed source products from their own companies. Next is model support. At the moment, Codex and Claude Code are more focused on using their own native models. If you want to switch to another model, you usually need to configure extra tools, such as CC Switch. And based on many users' real experience after switching to DeepSeek, the overall performance may sometimes drop noticeably. Hermes does not have this problem. With Hermes, you can switch models more freely. You are not locked into one model ecosystem, and you don't have to go through a complicated setup process every time you want to change models. Then comes the memory system, which is one of the most interesting features of Hermes. Codex and Claude Code mainly rely on manually created markdown memory files, along with some automatic memory features. When needed, these memories are injected into the context, but Hermes goes one step further. After it finishes solving a complex problem, it can learn from the process, remember your working habits and preferences, and even create its own skills to improve efficiency. The next time it encounters a similar task, it can directly call those skills. Over time, Hermes can gradually learn how you work. And because Hermes has long-term memory, it also introduces a very interesting concept called profiles. You can think of profiles as multiple independent AI agents. Each profile has its own memory, skills, personality, and context. You can create different profiles for different use cases, and they are completely isolated from each other. For people who use AI agents long term, this is a very practical design. Of course, when it comes to user experience, Hermes is not perfect yet. When the desktop version was first released, it had quite a few issues, but since then, it has been improving quickly. The Hermes desktop version is essentially a graphical interface built on top of the terminal CLI version, and both share the same backend. Claude Code, on the other hand, feels more targeted toward professional developers. Codex feels more polished overall. Features like computer use and browser control are already quite mature. As for Hermes, its computer use feature is currently officially supported only on Mac. So my conclusion is simple. If you are already using Codex or Claude Code smoothly and your workflow is stable, I don't recommend switching immediately. But if you are trying an AI agent for the first time, or if you want a solution that is easier to get started with and more cost effective, then the Hermes desktop version is definitely worth considering. In many cases, the cost of just one monthly subscription is enough for you to run DeepSeek for a long time. And you don't have to worry as much about account bans or subscription limitations. That's why, for beginners, I think Hermes is a very good starting point.